My bad. My
This is
bad, guys.
killing my drink, man.
My
I'm
my
upset
bad,
with all
guys.
you guys.
My bad, guys.
Wubble, wubble, wubble. We on part 2 because some of these guys fucking
My
up my flow.
my dial-up service over here or something like creep. Like creep.
Okay,
My bad.
where I left off. So Ben doubts my theory, but I want to elaborate on my theory.
Okay.
Finish it though, because you're like right in the middle of it.
Okay, so like I said, he's associated with the Masters of Evil. Zemo created him to infiltrate the Avengers. So if he did so, it could still keep Zemo significant because I have a feeling Zemo's going to escape. He finds a way and he's going to find a way. But if he has someone who feels the same way and is passionate about certain things and he has a tie, and Simon Williams does hate Tony Stark, so he'll innately want to go against him somehow. And there is the Iron Wars or whatever coming up soon, so it still has that detachment where he could be a villain for a little bit before he transitions. And it doesn't have to be full-blown ionic power. It could be more subtle at first until something bigger happens. But yeah, and then I think
you're saying you had 2 examples of where Wonder Man has been this entire time.
I can't remember if it was in Guardians or one of the others, but he had movie posters up. And by he, I'm speaking about Simon Williams because we know the people that don't know, he's an actor. And I can't remember which Marvel film, but they had movie posters up with this guy. And they said it's a notable actor. And that actor happened to be Nathan Fillion. So it's a well-known actor, and he was a villain and a good guy. It's the only one that makes sense to me. So you don't think Nathan Fillion's going to eventually come back?
Do you think he's a power broker?
No. Well,
who do you think?
You think he's
the power broker?
Possibly be his father. It could, because his father did a lot of dirty dealings and he didn't want to be associated with that stuff. But he did have Williams Innovations, I think the name of it was. But he did have his father who was into like arms dealing and stuff like that. So it's easy to transition that stuff into what this whole storyline's about. So, you know what I mean? Because he has that innate goodness in him, and yet there's bad things that are around him. I don't know. It feels good in my heart. I like it. And here's another thing. You could even tie him into Ant-Man, because in Ant-Man, when she tried to buy something, I can't remember what Wasp was trying to buy off of a guy. Remember, she had the fight scene and the interaction with Ghost, but he had an affiliate, his boss man that he had the goods from, and they could even tie it into Ant-Man that way, where it's more open because he's the big boss guy.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like I said, and then WandaVision had his brother's Grim Reaper helmet in the not the trailer, but the beginning of the show, the credits or whatever in the beginning.
Well, Grim Reaper, he's gonna be in the Doctor Strange movie.
But what I'm saying is they had hints of it in WandaVision. So the family exists in this world. It's gonna pop up. If you say he exists, it only reinforces what I'm saying. Simon exists. They cannot have Wonder Man. And that love triangle would be kind of cool with a heartless android and Simon and Wanda down the road.
Yes. I guess if you're trying to make those connections, the same connections like Ben. Same connections like Ben.
Oh, what are you doing? You milking a cow?
I'm taking that super reach for a Wonder Man.
You're doing a super reach around because
super reach
way different.
That's a bigger reach than Ben. And you said Ben.
No, it's not.
I think that's
I think so.
It's only a bigger. It said it's a character that we know that's already been introduced.
But he hasn't been introduced yet.
No, but they didn't. Hinting at certain things and having a picture of him on a poster, a movie poster, is basically having him in the movie.
Or it's a tease.
Yes.
I say it's more of a tease than an introduction.
Yeah.
No, they didn't say
Or someone that's already been established.
They didn't say established. Well, technically, if you put hints of him in the beginning, you're establishing that he exists in the universe, right?
Just like the X on the gate in the last episode, right, Ben?
No, but that's dumb because it's in all in Europe. I did research, and that's why I didn't even talk about it because it's in all of Europe. But that's something way different. But all I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure more often than not, when we come from one episode to the next, I hear Chris, "Hey Trev, you were right about last week," and I'm like, "Huh?"
No,
I'm right so often.
No, yeah, you're right about like the littlest things. Oh, there's gonna be a blue sky.
Right.
There's gonna be a blue sky in the next episode. You know what? You're right. The sky was blue.
Yo, you guys are haters. You guys are mad haters.
Well, what do you guys?
Hey, we'll find out in a couple of days what's going on.
Well, that's another question. Do you guys think we will in this season? Do you think we'll find out who the power broker is, or they're not? You think they're going to keep it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Necessarily don't even have to show a power broker.
That's what I mean. They necessarily don't. They don't. So what if we just don't even? What if we don't?
I'm fine with it, but we're getting a special guest that's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
But he might have a insignificant role. Yeah. But we're gonna get somebody who's
yeah. This episode so far, I mean, was it like what would you guys say it was your favorite so far?
Yeah.
I think I can I can say that easily. I think this one was by far my favorite.
I literally made noises as I was watching it. That's how I know I'm into it. Like, ooh, or like, oh shit, or like
I was about to say what noises, Trevor? Show me some.
I just did.
That's for the other podcast.
Oh man.
The special noises.
Life is great. But it was really good.
But yeah, wrapping up this episode was definitely one of the best.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the best.
Yeah. So we'll see about that. Well, anyway, any like I didn't watch anything of sports this week except for the Masters because I'm a golf fan and they're not. Well, like that's it. And I congratulate Matsuyama. I'm so glad he won, especially with the history of, like, for those of you that don't know Augusta, it has a racial past. So I'm glad another minority won. But Ben, what anything that happened that you know that I missed out this week in the sports world?
There really wasn't much, to be honest with you. A whole bunch of people crying about baseball stuff and pitchers getting accused of cheating, which is nothing different from anything else that goes on. A couple college basketball coaches get fired. Sean Miller. NBA, James Harden got hurt. Supposedly that's going to take away his chance of being MVP now.
KD came back.
KD came back.
Bomb game.
Played good. The NBA to this point is either you're taking the Nets to win it all or you're taking the field to a certain degree. This is pretty much almost like are you taking Miami Heat or the field in the early 2000s or taking the Lakers of the field in the early 2010s, or are you taking the Lakers or the field in the early 2000s type of situation?
I take the field. I take the field.
Oh yeah,
you'll take the field?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would take the field as well, just because of how injury prone all those guys are. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there wasn't really any big stories. There's UFC fights that were pretty decent.
There
was big highlights though. Like everyone seems to be getting banged on in the last week. I mean, dunked on.
Dunked on, yeah.
For everyone out there.
I guess the biggest story was Paul Pierce getting fired from ESPN.
Yo, I have a gripe. Yes, he did. Okay.
Well, but was that the biggest sports story this week? I mean, I think that pretty much was.
Yeah. I like why? What I didn't read up on why. What was the?
Well, this is what he was doing. I'll tell you why after. But so he went live on Instagram.
Okay.
It's a phone app, Chris.
Oh, dang. All right. So does it work? Does it work on a Motorola Razor? Can I download that on a Motorola Razor?
Oh, you got a Razor now? That's awesome. Did you have that?
I'm coming up.
That Nokia, that brick.
Yeah.
So what happened was, I think he was like getting a haircut or something like that, and he was at a
It was at
location.
a poker party.
It was a poker party, but he was getting,
He was at a
I heard
poker
he was
party.
getting like cleaned up. So I guess it was a poker party too. But they got strippers. So strippers giving massages, strippers like twerking in the back on the knees and shit. But he's like, you could tell he was faded. Like he's smoking and shit.
Oh, he was smoking. He was smoking a blunt or something.
Big ass blunt.
Oh, dude, come on.
But I get it. It's the Disney thing. But if we're gonna hype up the whole, okay, I have to think of this before I say it. Okay, so we praise Meg Thee Stallion, we praise Lizzo, we praise Cardi B, right? Women and empowerment type things.
Yeah.
For being free about how their bodies are and enjoying themselves and, you know, acting accordingly. So technically the girls that are behind him, I say me. This is
Disney,
I painted this FYI.
It's Disney. It's Disney, man.
I get that. But he was being like, it went beyond Disney. There were a lot of people mad at what he was showing. The fact that they're just doing the same thing that Meg Thee Stallion does all the time or Cardi B does in the music videos. So if we're gonna feel a certain way about certain women, you got to include them because they're working. They need the money more than Lizzo does, or Cardi B.
Yeah.
So
I was just at a party. I was just at a party yesterday, and that we were doing that all night, just watching freaking Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion videos, just like shocking us, jaw drops.
Oh, yeah,
they're fun. They're freaking fun.
You're acting like Corona don't even exist still.
No, we're freaking out. We're freaking out.
I swear, it's people like, oh man, God.
Anyway,
I get
all right.
I get what
Anyway.
you're saying. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, Trevor. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just exactly Mickey Mouse doesn't want twerking women in the background. That's pretty much what it just down to. But he's already had 2 job offerings since ESPN fired from him.
Oh, really?
And one of them was Barstool. The guy from Barstool, Daniel. I can't remember his last name. Starts with a P.
No. Daniel Pat.
I know, I was joking. He's a comedian. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Portnoy. Daniel Portnoy.
No, but he doesn't even care. He has 3 sex videos that got released, so he doesn't care about that. Like, you didn't hear about that, Ben?
No.
Yeah, he has 3 leaked sex videos, and the latest one, I was reading it this week. The latest one, he's like, dude, what? He literally said to the guys when they were like, oh, what about this one? You got another one released? He was like, man, that one's old. He like literally that was his comment. He's like, man, that one's old. He's like, what do I care that you know that, like, you know, I have sex with different people? Like he like literally
he doesn't care.
So insignificant, and he's like, that's not going to affect, you know.
Yeah,
what he does.
And the second job offering, and I think Trevor would like this one, was one of the porn sites offered him to be a basketball analyst for their website, and then throughout the entire like news breakdown, you'll just have like strippers in the background.
What?
Just all kinds of naked women just by him as he's giving like breakdowns of freaking Lakers versus the Nets.
No, that's not serious. You're serious?
That's serious. They offered him $250,000.
What? That's like that show Making News. Is that still a thing?
For 1 year.
What? Dude, that's crazy. That's freaking crazy.
Yo, Laker fans don't respect him anyways. He might as well take it because he's been milking this one championship for way too long. One. They act like it's a dynasty. They won one time.
Well, no, he also had a killer step back. Like his step back was killer.
No, it was a stumble back. I'm not disrespecting his game. He's still an elite. He should have his jersey retired.
No, yeah.
For the Celtics.
But
they are acting like they were a dynasty. You're not even the Lakers. Like you're not at that level. Like with Kobe.
What constitutes a dynasty? Just like having multiple championships?
2, 3, at least.
Even though all your big 3 are Hall of Famers?
Yes. Just because you're 3 Hall of Famers, if you haven't done anything significant for a significant amount of time, you're not a dynasty. You're not.
So like LeBron, Wade, they're a dynasty. Would you say that? And Bosch, like that?
They had a.
I say they went.
LeBron
They went to
was-
4 straight finals.
Yeah, they went. Yeah, that was a long enough amount of time.
It wasn't any different from the Lakers dynasty from the early 2000s, other than one championship.
Yeah.
They both lost. They
Yeah.
both missed. Well, I mean, technically, Lakers missed one NBA Finals as
And
a group together.
who else?
No, I was just wondering. I was just wondering what you
Spurs.
considered a dynasty because I don't know. Like I mean, they were definitely a threat for
The
2.5
fuck is a
years.
threat, dude. A
2.5
threat gets
years.
forgotten. A threat
Yeah.
gets forgotten. But the Celtics remind us every year.
Yeah.
Like Paul Pierce reminds us, and we had to have was it Barnes who was reading the stats because he thought he was better than Wade. So
Paul
he's
did
reading
that?
it down. Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
on ESPN, he read out the differences in their statistics and their achievements.
Oh,
So the achievement breakdown, like he couldn't even touch Wade, and you could see his face, and it zoomed in on his face.
Yeah, he was getting mad. He was getting mad.
He was pissed.
He was getting mad.
Yeah, but it was true. It was like he's acting like his shit don't stink. He even like disrespects LeBron. Like, yeah, you had all your all-stars, you had Hall of Famers, and LeBron had one of his top players is somewhere in the streets, and he got picked up
we.
by your owner,
Yeah.
right?
Antoine Jamerson was his best
No,
running
no,
mate in
no,
Cleveland.
not Delonte West. Delonte West.
I'm talking about Delonte West, but
Yeah.
Larry Hughes was one of the top scorers, and Ilgauskas
Mm.
at the time was their center. Like those were that was his help.
But it's also, I think it's a part of like the difference of the NBA culture from like your 90s stars versus your current, because Paul Pierce and KG, they never respected LeBron and their team. They always thought that they've even said in multiple interviews that they think they could even beat like the Lakers dynasty. Like they've said that in interviews. Like they're but no, but that's
No,
what
they're
I'm
saying they could
They
have
would
been,
have.
but
They said that they could have. They were that good. It's in their head. They thought they were that good. I remember hearing that. I was like, bro, like never,
No.
like no.
Maybe if they were all in their prime, that's a stretch.
I'll take Jason Terry off that team. That's the only one.
And then they all Rondo. I've always loved Rondo's games. He's so smart.
Yeah.
But without Rondo, they wouldn't even have won one.
No,
Straight up.
no.
And that was him as a baby.
Yeah.
But whatever, man.
That's crazy. I did not know about that Paul thing. Thank you guys for telling me that, because that's freaking. That's
yeah, you can
nuts.
find that you can find that clip on YouTube too.
Yeah.
That's nuts. No, not the clip. The whole thing about the freaking his contract, the potential contract.
Oh,
Like that.
Yeah, I didn't know
That's
that.
what I mean. That's what I mean. No, the other one, yeah, I know about that, but no, I mean that. Like I didn't hear about that. That's freaking. That's insane, man. That's insane.
I think if we managed to get at least one more player there, it would help.
Mm.
Just to start the ball rolling so people understand that there's not
Yeah, well,
just ESPN, Fox Sports, and then nothing.
If you offer Lemon Pepper Lou enough, maybe he'll do it. He'll do it.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good look for him, though.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. If that's just his,
I think that's
But
pretty good,
honestly,
yeah.
I would prefer him.
Him and J.R. Smith, like the goons of the league. J.R. Smith, come on, or freaking Nick Young. Nick Young. 'Cause he is notorious. Nick Young was freaking notorious for that kind of stuff. So like
Yeah,
people like
that's
that.
fine. Yeah, but Nick for sure. Who else would fit? I bet you
James Harden, but he's still playing.
Arenas
He's still playing.
Arenas would come guest star,
Oh.
but like players like that.
Arenas. Oh my God. I used to love him, man. That's why I wear zero, because of freaking him.
Really?
Yeah, because he was just so dynamic.
U
And
of A, baby. U of A, man. Not Duke.
Ooh.
Not Duke. U of A. Just remember, one of the best Dukies ever wears zero for Arenas. Tatum.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I remember that he scored 50 points.
I already forgot.
When he dropped 50 the other day.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's Arenas, baby. That's a hibachi.
Not even.
So-
Well, Ben, I saw you drinking that water down there. What you got? What kind of water is that?
Oh, this is the purest of all waters. I know I haven't been able to really drink anything yet since we've started, but the BNSF company, Niagara Water, purified drinking water. established in 1963.
Does it have like a
You know
hot
how good a water you have to be established almost over 50 years? 60 years almost.
Hey, that's a better breakdown than what I gave last week.
I would kill for some whiskey right now, to be honest with everybody out there right now, though. But hopefully next week.
No, that's a good transition. Maybe I should go next.
Okay.
Go ahead, Trevor.
Because I'm drinking one of my favorite whiskeys right now. This Black Barrel.
Oh,
So good, man.
that's good stuff right there.
Look at my eyes at this point. It's good.
Which company is it? It's Jameson, right?
Yes, Jameson's my favorite.
Okay, yes.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yes.
doesn't mean
triple distilled.
Yeah, but some people may not know what it tastes like, so you gotta tell them a little bit.
So, for most people that don't know, there's usually a spice, a kick to it that sticks with you if you drink like Jack Daniels and lesser. I say lesser because that's how I feel. Jameson's always my go-to because it's usually like on the sweeter end. But this one's extremely smooth, extremely like it's a sipper. You don't chug it. I drink it on the rocks, or I just drink it by itself. I never mix it, especially at this level with the Black Barrel.
Heck yeah, as a Black Barrel, yeah, you definitely have to drink that on the rocks.
Yeah. So I won't even share this with people that don't appreciate whiskey. It's a waste. It's honestly a waste. I might as well be giving you some. I'm not gonna say just in case I drink it down the road. Yeah, whoever supports us, you know what I'm saying?
That's what you get.
Yeah, no, but it is so smooth, and I don't like aftertaste when I drink alcohol. So unless it's sweet finish.
Yeah.
But this one's more on the smoother side than the traditional, that the sweetness and everything else, and the little like I guess burn, that normal.
Yeah.
But this is just like easier to drink in a chill environment, and just like when you have a certain mood, this fits that mood. So I'm with it, and it's like my go-to, and I'll put this in my stash with my scotches. It's at that level. I'll put it with my scotches, and I won't leave it outside for the public,
the general public to touch.
No, that's definitely a whiskey that if you don't enjoy, if you just are drinking just to get drunk, then you don't need to be drinking that.
Yes.
You don't even want to pay the price for it.
To enjoy it. Huh?
You wouldn't even pay the price for it. If you're just drinking to get drunk, buy some cheapo freaking.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there's some people that will, just because they're there and they see it, they'll take it from somebody and just.
That's true.
Let's do shots, and you don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, you're getting kicked out because you touched Trevor's stash.
Dang. Well, dude, man, I feel lame now because you offered such a distinguished flavor and taste, and here I am freaking doing my freaking teenage college drink with monster and freaking mixing with freaking juice. I love it. I needed to pick me up today. So I was like, man, if I just drink whiskey, I just want something more exciting. So for those of you that don't, I love my energy. I love my monster. I love my monster with liquor. What I've never done is I've never done monster with rum. I always do monster with freaking some sort of whiskey. But I decided today to do gin and freaking monster. This is Bombay. I like it personally. One of my favorite gins. It's a little sweeter flavor, but when I do this cheating way, the monster taste takes over. So it's kind of cheating. I can't, it's hard for me to really tell you a taste because I cheated and I'm tasting more monster than anything, but I'm feeling good. So, I'm sorry. I know you gave such a great distinguished drink. If I would have known, that, I would have got me a freaking Four Loko then, so I could,
Yo, can we have a Four Locos day?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Wait, yeah. What's today? Maybe we should do like a special episode on like 420 or something like that.
Hey, I'm down. And we'll have
Four Locos on 420.
We'll get all the flavors.
We'll have Four Loco. We all have to get a Four Loco and a Mad Dog 2020 for the 420.
Oh man,
I'm down.
Trying to kill me.
I'm down.
All we have to do is one of each. That's very you can't cough up $6. No?
Yeah. I'm down. I'm totally down for that. I haven't had one of those for forever. As long as my heart can take it. And like, you know, so like,
You're drinking Monsters, bro.
no, but it's different. I drink Monsters on the daily, so like, you know.
All right, Kyle. I'm gonna call you my cousin. That's
Nah.
very Fontana. You punch holes in walls.
No, I don't have the. I'm not John Walker. I'm not John Walker. I'm not gonna
More on that.
freaking go nuts.
And everybody watching, if you guys want to know exactly what we're drinking, I'm gonna post it on our Twitter. Our Twitter is at Pub Diversion. Check it out. I posted all of our drinks so far from the past couple weeks on our Twitter as well, the stuff that we've been liking. We even got a like from a couple different drink spots. But in case you can't really see in the window what we got, check out our Twitter at Pub Diversion, and they'll have the drinks that everybody's drinking except my water.
Nice.
We're also on Instagram at Public Diversion. My mom liked a picture, so that's good for us. So we're working our way up.
I love you, honey. I love you, honey. You're so special.
If fam and friends don't like your stuff, then you know who else will.
That's true. That's true.
You know,
That's
love
true.
is love.
Somewhere you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. So
I like your art. Like, is that so? So in the background there, is that it looks kind of like a Is that a statue or a drawing?
that is a mannequin that I painted. It's incomplete. I haven't finished. As you see, the white stripes. I still have to finish painting the rest of it, but that is a mannequin that I paint because I do paint frequently. So I actually have, since we're talking about this, like the shoes and whatnot. This is a customized one that I did for a client that I need to send out.
And where can we find that if we want to purchase a shoe from you or a painting?
Designs. That's at Amidst the Wolves. So it's amidst.the.wolves on Instagram.
That'll be dropped.
Yeah. So yeah, I do custom artwork on clothing and whatnot. And I also do digital art on products as well, t-shirts and stuff.
NFTs?
NFTs coming soon, definitely. But the tees, having people wear the products is more fun, especially for the season. I have actually a new stuff coming out soon that I've been working on. That'll be fun.
Make me something. I got you. Make me something. I'll rock it.
What you want? I literally could design anything that you want, dude. I'll put everything on the tee. Like the designs that we did for this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a couple things printed for us too. So
for sure.
We'll have those products too.
Nice.
We're a lifestyle, bro.
Dude, we are. We're trendy.
Who doesn't want our faces? You know what? We should put our faces on coasters. I can make that shit happen. We might as well, since
that would be pretty awesome.
Put a coaster, but put our faces on like different angles, because if some people don't want to see a certain face, they're like, nah, I don't want to look at Trevor.
No.
You turn it, you look at Ben. You turn
the ones on our Instagram page that I posted. I could do we could sell a set of 4, so it'll be our logo and then our faces, so that'll be 4.
Okay.
There it is.
That'll be
there
cool.
it is.
I'm going for that. Cool.
And,
well, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So speaking of NFTs, I actually think I'm finally getting a pack for the NBA. So I don't know if we want to do a reveal. I'll open up on the next episode.
Yes, you have to do it
on the 14th. Let's make the next time the reveal.
Yeah, you could clown me when I end up getting like a Lou Williams tripping over his shoes or something like that as a NFT.
I hope you get a Caruso so we can sell it to Rudy. My friend Rudy. To let you know, my friend Rudy sends me, and it pisses me off. That's why he does it. Caruso could make a bounce pass, or like LeBron will make a beautiful pass to him and he'll make a layup or a basic dunk, and it was like, oh, Caruso, and I get pissed because he's a role player. He's not even as good as Devin Brown. Who's a Chris Brown lookalike who's with the Lakers who could like jump through the roof?
Shannon Brown.
Yeah, that Chris Brown lookalike.
Yeah,
that dude. But like that's his role. If he goes to another team, you think he's gonna succeed? It's like without.
I think he'd be all right. I think he'd be all right.
Chargers, bro. There's no AD. There's no LeBron. He should be shining. He's like at least 15 a game, like maybe 18. Let's say 18. The way Rudy talks about him, he should be 20.
I don't think he's an 18. I don't think he's an 18.
He's a role player. He's a role player.
Rudy talks about him, He's a 20-point game guy.
No,
Who he
no,
shot.
no. In what world?
Like I said, if someone sends me every time the dude makes a good bounce pass, he knows. I'm like, I thought he was a cool guy.
Every
But the
time he takes off his shorts to get in the game, Caruso, Caruso.
Yeah. I'm like, you want to get cursed out today? I tell him because he sends me that for no reason. Like he knows he's making me not like a dude because of his actions. Caruso's done nothing to deserve it. He's been playing hard. He's playing his role. I love that. Takes charges and whatnot. Hustle plays. Yeah, dive for a loose ball. I'll get those. He'll send me highlights of him diving for a loose ball, bro. And you know how I am, Ben. Once I'm over that, it doesn't come back. I'm not gonna like him forever because of Rudy's actions.
And if the NFT is 20 G's, if Caruso bounce pass is 20 G's, you're not gonna want it.
Eventually,
want it.
Rudy's gonna be on this, and he's gonna like, we're gonna talk about this Caruso fetish because I can't take this, dude.
It's all it is Laker fans who hate LeBron trying to find something to love about the Lakers.
No, but he doesn't hate LeBron anymore because LeBron helped Lakers win again. And here's another thing: his dad hates LeBron's guts, so I'm like, that's why I was like, I hope the Lakers win because, like, those type of fans are gonna be so indifferent. They're not like, let's see what happens.
That's what me and Ben were talking about when LeBron came to LA, because like Ben was like, I want them to win so bad just to prove like how good like LeBron is. Remember we were talking like that, Ben?
Yeah.
Like, and because I'm not a huge LeBron fan. I don't hate the dude, but I'm not a huge LeBron fan. Like, so I do respect him. I'm very thankful that he helped bring it back to LA, but in this culture, he'll never be greater than Kobe. It's just impossible. It's like you can't do that to certain Laker fans. I'm not saying
Westbrook face right now.
I am not saying he's not a better player. I'm not saying he's not a better player. I will agree that
he's saying in general. Yeah.
In general,
he's saying in general, Laker fans will never ever let him.
We're never going to take that hard. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with KD when he came to Golden State, and people said that people said they'll never love him the same as Curry. It's not going to happen. So LeBron, he can come here, he can win. He can help us win in the next 2 years, and it still won't happen.
No, but that's way different though, because they were done being the best team almost ever the year before.
All I'm saying is like he may be the better player, but he's not going to capture the hearts of like LA. I just doubt it. I don't think LeBron will ever.
Because everybody that loves the NBA or likes a team thinks that they have to be loyal. All these players have to be loyal. Blah blah blah. Man, it's a mercenary game.
Correct.
Yeah. Everybody's gonna go where they're gonna go, where they're gonna get paid, or they're going to championships.
I think
whichever one that they want to do first.
Well, the thing that I liked, and I know that I took this from Skip and Shannon years ago when they, I forgot who was the player, but he got traded literally, and the team told him that they weren't going to trade him. He literally got traded like in the third quarter of a basketball game. It was like Harrison Barnes. After the team promised like they wouldn't trade him, and it's like, and they were saying like, fans are so enamored by this thing of like having a lifer, which I love. Trust me, like the Dirks and stuff like that gets my heart. I love that kind of thing. But the fact that the teams and the and the ownership are ruthless. It's a money game, so they'll trade your ass in a second. The fact that happens, now like why should a player be loyal? Be loyal to who? So you're gonna turn around and trade me whenever you want? Like it makes total sense. So I now change my perspective to where I would love to see that. If that ever comes back, I would love to see it, but I just don't see how it's going to happen in any generation.
Yeah.
I think players are loyal to players, like their teammates. They'll be loyal, but they're not going to be loyal to the front office, the general manager, the owners, none of that, because tomorrow they could get traded. Tomorrow they could get cut.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they could be shipped off to wherever. Quite honestly, I know you're just talking about Dirk right now. I think I was the one telling Trevor like 2 years after the championship in 2011, like we need to trade Dirk now and get what we can to try to build for another championship. I was ready to ship Dirk out of here and like whatever we could.
But the legacy, bro.
When I said that about Kobe, Laker fans hated me.
Hell yeah.
But you could have got so much. You would have been
so much.
Because he hindered the progression of what turned out to be, like I said, fucking the whole squad are all-stars or 6-man of the year. But he hindered their evolution, their progress, because he still wanted a ball hog and he was shooting. His efficiency was the worst in the league. Like even when he dropped, was it 50, 60?
60, his final game, right?
Yeah, 50 shots, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's horrible.
But also like players like that, you like come on, you guys know if they did trade any of those players, they would just retire. If you dare trade Kobe, he's retired. If you dare trade Dirk, he's retiring.
Yeah.
Like so, like it's I guess for the front office, it wouldn't have hurt him anyway because they they're gonna retire anyway.
Not all players are like that.
No, but I'm saying Dirk and Kobe. Dirk and Kobe, I do not doubt that they would have retired.
No, now that I think about it, Kobe wouldn't. Kobe is Jordan. He is
well, again, you couldn't trade those guys to anywhere. You had to be trading them to a place they wanted to go because they had in their contract. So
Kobe would have went to I see like Philly or something like that, go back home type of thing. That's the only.
No, because at that time you had a young rookie Ben Simmons. I think probably by Kobe's final year. Was he even there?
When I was saying trade Kobe, it was before that.
So
this is like early 2010s, like 13, 14.
Who was even on the 76ers?
Right around like 14, 15.
Who was on the roster at that time?
I don't care.
Nobody. So I don't think Kobe would have went there.
No, Kobe. Doesn't matter. Send them home.
Yeah, it's just that they would have had to go somewhere that they wanted to be, no matter what. Like you couldn't just trade them to ship them off to the worst team in the NBA. They were gonna they had a say in where they went to go because of their bird rights.
I think at that point, actually, the Sixers had a grip of first rounders because that's how they started.
I couldn't even remember, to be honest with you.
That's how they got Ben Simmons, Embiid, and like they were stockpiling. They did what like Houston did and what Thunder are doing right now, but they were at that point, so they were still like hit and miss, trying to figure out what was gonna work. So they were getting like number 1, number 2 picks nonstop. But I don't know, whatever.
You guys see that? I think it was Oladipo dunk. Freaking, was it Oladipo? There was a freaking nasty dunk where he like.
Today it was Bridges.
Today? I didn't see.
Bridges today was disgusting.
He did that on a shot blocker. He didn't do that on a scrub. So that shit was nasty.
All right, I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that.
2-foot jump.
Oh, well, I'm a 2-foot jumper, so more power to you. More power to you. But like my whole thing, like I remember like Steve Francis. You guys remember Steve Francis? Like handles Rockets. Dude, that was my dude because he was one of the you had a few 2-foot jumpers, but typically dunkers are like 1-footed dunkers. I was always a 2-footed dunker, so it's like when I saw that, I was like, dude, all right, that's my jam. Yeah, that's my jam. I love the 2-foot. I love the 2-foot jump. Like,
that was me before I tore my first Achilles because I had more control. So after I tore the first one, then I kind of like leaned on the other leg and I became 1, which is more dangerous for a little guy. 2 points is 2 points. So yeah, but when a big dude pushes you, you go a lot further away.
So you know what'd be funny if when we go back to our leagues, if we start like videotaping and then making little TFTs for us. I don't
even know how to say it.
I'm not into it.
What we could do is the way that we do this, the way that we produce this could be a little different, where we could actually have special episodes where we talk about the game. That would be fun. That would be fun.
No, nobody cares about that. Nobody's gonna care.
Huh?
Nobody's gonna care about our adult.
We could do a quick review, and if there's a highlight or if somebody does something stupid, we could call each other out on it real quick.
As long as it's under like 30 seconds, I think it's fine.
Why are you saying that, Ben? Because more than likely
nobody cares.
Ben's gonna be arguing with the ref. He's gonna turn into Incredible Hulk and get kicked out of the game. That's why.
Speaking of NFTs, so I don't know if you remember that episode of Saturday Night Live like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, Chris, where they were making fun of NFTs by selling NFTs.
Yeah,
well, Saturday Night Live sold that NFT for charity. They were asking $30,000 for it. It sold for $300,001 or something like that. Ended up selling. Like, yeah, people are freaking insane for it.
It doesn't make
Absolutely
sense.
insane.
How does that make any sense? I don't get where the value comes with that. Whoever
I
paid,
don't know,
whoever
man.
paid 300,000, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up because
Yeah.
that's what we're talking about right now. It's just like people are crazy for these things right now. This digital art,
Yeah.
but they're seeing something that we're not, or they're just completely bonkers.
Well,
Yes.
I hope you get your pack. Like when you get it for sure.
Well, at this
I'm supposed to
point,
get it on Tuesday, but we'll see.
this point, I hope you get it because a couple of big players, people who have some money invested in those companies.
Yeah, Tom Brady just invested in one.
Oh, it was Brady. There was someone else too.
A golfer, Bryson DeChambeau, is starting it with golf.
I don't know about
I know
that.
you
Is
guys
he?
care about golf, but
Dude, well, no, I know who he is because they're like saying that guy's like the
I said
happy
sports
Gilmore
athletes.
of the PGA right now.
he is the happy Gilmore. Yeah, he's
No, golfers aren't athletes.
Oh, so my God! Oh, yes, they are. Yes,
No, let's not get into this one again.
Yo, this could be a whole separate episode just about how golf is not. Like, there's no athletes in golf. Like
Bryson DeChambeau, go to your house and kick your
Tiger
ass.
wasn't
Dude,
gonna
that
go
guy's an
rape
athlete. That guy is an athlete.
Does anybody watch?
That guy is an athlete. Yes,
That guy is an athlete.
Yo,
the way that guy trains is an
stop.
athlete. He's an
An
athlete.
athlete can play golf, but playing golf doesn't make you an athlete.
Yeah, but this guy can also be an MMA fighter as well.
I don't
He
care.
also dunk.
But it's not it's what I'm saying is valid. What I'm saying, an athlete can play that. He can participate in that pastime.
Participate
So
or
so
compete?
Chris, okay,
you just said both.
So Chris Paul does these
The bowling tournaments.
he does the bowling things.
Yeah.
That doesn't make bowling a sport just because of an athlete.
Dude, you're gonna piss off a lot of people. You're gonna piss off a lot of
I've
bowling
felt this
people.
way.
Send all the hate mail
keep the
to
same-
Trevor on this one.
Energy. Yo,
We do not agree
Keep
with
the same
Trevor
energy.
Martin on this subject.
I don't care.
FYI.
I don't care. It's not a sport until you put a timer on it and everyone has to carry their own bags and rush through things because you got a shot clock on the time you do it. You actually said this in the episode previous, so you can't say, don't shake your head, Ben.
Me? I said anything that cannot be kept scored and isn't justified or scored on by a judge's opinion is a sport. Golf technically has points.
Reroll the tape, producer.
go.
Oh, I forgot we don't have yet.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Yo, we can have a whole segment on this dude. Like at least once every 2 episodes, he contradicts himself.
That's my feeling on everything because I've had this conversation with my wife about whether cheerleading is a sport or not.
No, that's a sport though.
No, it is not.
No.
Yeah.
You can never determine an actual winner from a competition on
No.
cheerleading. It's all
competitive cheerleading requires a certain amount of athletic ability, agility, strength.
But there's no clear-cut winner.
No, I don't care about that. But it's a competition, and there's active performers.
It's a competition. It's not a sport. It's a competition, not a sport.
Now you're gonna tell. Now I'm gonna have to be like, golf isn't a competition when technically you're competing for a better score. That's
Golf
it.
is a sport because you keep a score.
No, just because they call each other sport when they play because they're old shit.
No. No.
Yo, people are gonna hate me.
Yeah, no, you're gonna hate me.
I don't care. Whatever, man.
Whatever.
Golf.
I'll
dude.
say cheerleading is an athletic competition, but not a sport. To be a sport, there has to be a score. There has to be a clear-cut score of who's a winner and who's a loser. Not going, let's go to the judges and let's determine who won this.
But they do have. They give it each of them a score at everything. You can't just.
But the score is determined by a opinion.
Who looks better?
It's not that they went in there and scored a basket or they had a lower score golfing or threw a ball through at some pins and got a certain amount.
You have to say the same thing as gymnastics. You have to say the same thing
Yeah,
about
I do.
boxing. Then boxing is not a sport according to you.
Boxing, you can knock somebody out.
Boxing is points.
No, It's points given by judges who use their opinion to score these points. So
you have the
court of law,
ability to
according to
win.
what Ben
You have
said,
the
You have the ability to win straight out.
a boxing
No.
match by knocking your opponent out.
but more cases than not, you deal with these draws and they have to pick a winner that way. And according to what you said, when they go to these scores, then it's no longer a sport unless someone
But
else.
what I said, you have to have the ability to have a clear-cut winner to be considered a sport.
Well, if a girl falls when she's performing, then they can't win. That's a knockout, bro. They got knocked out of the tournament.
And then you have 8 other teams.
Yo,
other
so
teams
where,
that- that-
here it is. Listen to me right now. So where I lost all these golf people, which I don't care about, I gained the cheerleading people because I
That's all you
understand
care about
it's
anyway. Oh,
and
my
guys,
Tinder
because it's
profile.
both. Guys
His
and
Tinder
girls are
profile
both.
is below.
That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. If you don't have any athletic ability and you can't do anything physical, I don't consider it a real sport.
That's why you need to look at Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Johnson,
No,
and Hideki
because
Matsuyama.
you're telling me outliers as a whole. I see fat guys who drink beer succeed.
Not in the PGA. Not in the
I haven't
PGA.
seen any fat guys
Not
in
in
the
the
PGA.
PGA.
Daily, I saw a guy who's
Sean
in the
Daly is
Why are
from
you
the
giving us
80s.
an
He plays in the
80-year-old
Champions
golfer?
Tour. He's not even
Nick-
Why are you
Nick-
giving us an
anymore.
80-year-old
Nicholson?
golfer from the 1990s?
Is his name Nicholson? Jack Nicholson? That's what's his name?
Phil Mickelson.
Arnold
He's
Palmer.
also 50.
guy with the
Arnold
great-
Why
Palmer
are
is
you giving us
50.
old golfers?
You're talking about people, legends of the sport that are now like they're just icons and they golf in tournaments just because they're icons.
No,
If they're not even
I
dead yet.
saw them play professionally and they were old. They had white hair. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes,
because they
because
play.
there's a Champions Tour. There's a Champions Tour, which is
That's
different. That's
dumb.
like a PGA Tour.
That's
That's like,
stupid.
what are you talking about? You know, the NBA is trying to do the same thing, right?
And I said it was
The NBA is trying
stupid.
to do the same thing. The NBA is trying to, they wanted to create a league. You heard about that, right, Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, the NBA trying to create the league for like the veterans and stuff like that.
And you know what's different about that too?
Guess what? Keg
A lot of
Miller
them
was
can
in the
still bust their
NBA.
ass.
Keg Miller was in NBA. Is he such a great athlete or whatever? Oliver Miller.
Mahmoud
Roy
Abdul
Benjamin?
Rauf. No, Oliver Miller was tall. You could be in the NBA and get a chance just to
Oliver Miller is the freaking John Daly of the PGA. Don't give me any of that nonsense.
No, you said one out of like thousands. Now I'm saying one out of thousands of fat people.
I could give you a whole bunch of slow, big guys that play in the
You're
NBA.
making up names, Lagoot. Fucking Lagoot. Hey, don't
Mark
drink the
Eaton.
water anymore. You're tripping.
Greg Ostertag.
Well, this conversation
solid.
is never gonna end. This conversation, we're never gonna end. This
Never.
conversation's never
We're gonna have a
end.
whole segment on
But
this.
we will have another segment on it.
Man,
But for today, we talked a lot today. Let's end it right here. If you like what we have today, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Public Diversion. And we will see you guys next time.